And good morning, everybody. And what a beautiful day it is. Happy holidays. I love this holiday season and time for joy and celebration and getting together and family and friends. I had a Friendsgiving as well as a family Thanksgiving on 2 different days. And I'm still not turkeyed out. Anyway, it seems like in our, shall I say, consumerist society, the holidays start with Halloween and never give up till about January 2nd and 3rd. Anyway, there's a lot to celebrate, outer and inner, and appreciate and give thanks for and savor and appreciate whatever the news tells us. There is other kinds of news, the good news, and other kinds of news besides just good news or bad news, and we might want to tune into that. Just being a news junkie can be depressing, or even just the news these days. But there's beautiful things happening every day, every moment. It just doesn't make the news. I remember in journalism class in a previous century, the century of newspapers and bookstores and, those things, wax records. They taught us, if it bleeds, it leads. And we see that in the newspapers and the news magazines on TV and the news today. If it bleeds, they read. So, but there is other kind of news, the good news. Many beautiful things happening, from people falling in love, from babies being born, from healings occurring, from flowers opening, from us even just getting up in the morning. And now our holiday celebrations and libations, I might add. So it's a great time. I love the holidays. I'm a kind of fundraiser myself. I like to have fun. I like to play with the bambinos, and now it's the grand bambinos and the great grand bambinos, and bambinos of all ages, old and young. Play, not just work. There's all kinds of news, not just the mainstream news or the slightly off to the mainstream news. My erstwhile neighbor here in Concord, Mass., H.D. Thoreau of Walden Pond fame, said, "I'd rather tune in to the timeless, to the eternities, than the daily news, which is so much the same every day." That was in the low and mid 1800s, and we can see these days also the daily news so much the same every day. Anyway, I want to continue today with our Samadhi series, savoring the food, the fragrance, the nourishment of Samadhi, of focused concentration, Samadhi, of meditative absorption, Samadhi, of one-pointed concentration, shamatha in Sanskrit, or Samadhi, shine in Tibetan, Samadhi, shamatha, translated as concentration, meditative absorption, one-pointedness, calm abiding. These are all translations of shamatha, shine, samadhi. Oneness, even oneness with God, some of the yoga traditions translated as. So if we can get that absorbed, that's the direction. Beyond two-ness or duality or separation, alienation, and longing. Beyond two-ness, beyond oneness even. Oneness can only take you so far, friends. Or even noneness. We don't want to fall into the abyss of emptiness either, of nihilism. But beyond, where we dissolve and connect at the same time, beyond words, it's impossible to F the ineffable, to express the inexpressible. So, focus, concentration, meditation, anapanasati, calm abiding, concentration, cultivation, meditation. Just sitting, just breathing, just being aware. The three naturals: natural body, natural breath, natural energy. Calm and clear. Including all in our prayers and practices today. All those who are suffering from the pandemic and from the other things that we suffer from: illness, aging, loss, anxiety, depression, oppression, war, natural calamities. Embracing all, opening the wings of our heart, embracing all. A heart as wide as the world, as Sharon Salzberg calls her book on loving kindness, her favorite Buddhist practice, metta. The Metta Ma of America, Sharon Salzberg. Check her out on her social media and writings and meditation teachings online and in-person retreats. Sharon Salzberg, one of the pioneers of Buddhism in America. We happened to go to college in Buffalo at the same time and meditated together in India in the early 70s. My dear friend. Heart as wide as the world. My mother used to say, how come Sharon, who's your age, doesn't have any wrinkles? It must be that loving meditation she talks about. Yes. Even the Buddha himself in the scripture said, metta, loving kindness and friendliness, metta, benevolence, metta, cultivation, metta, meditation, gives you a bright, radiant complexion. It's the antidote to anger, hatred, bitterness, resentment, which just make your face like a shriveled up, scorched shrimp. Yes, that's what they say, Buddha said. Like a scorched shrimp. I like that. So those few who may use cosmetic products on their face, I give you the gift of metta for this holiday season. Try it out. Use it every day. Use it every night before you go to bed. Your face will be shining like Sharon's, like Tara's, like the Buddha's. Or so they say. There are 10 or 11 other benefits of metta. I just like to tell stories that my mother told. It cheers me up, and it's Sunday, family day. So concentrating on the breath, anapanasati, is a basic meditation, including all in our practice. All beings, all who are suffering, but all beings who have all kinds of vicissitudes in this world, this dewdrop floating world of change and impermanence and uncertainty, especially including our dear friend Timo in California, who's been sick for weeks, who has led one or two of these Sundays on my behalf. Timo the Dreamboat, Timo the Light Bimo, Timo the Music and Love Man, and all those who are similarly sick, Leslie in Woodstock, and so many other friends and loves, beloveds, all connected in our community. And we wish you well and the great healing of all that afflicts you, not just this temporary physical obstacle. Long life and health to one and all. Keep breathing, dear friends. Keep relaxing and just being and imbibe the essence of the elements. Earth, water, fire, air, and space. Be spacious, be luminous, be clear, breathe deeply, warm up your heart center, melt the knots in your frozen places and hang-ups in your psyche, the knots in your channels and chakras, the stress in your back and neck or wherever it gathers in your body. Ground yourself in the earth element. Plant your feet firmly on this good earth. Feel the sensations in your body, bottom, on your cushion, on the chair, on the floor, wherever you are. The good earth that supports us all, like the Dharma, one of the 24 etymological translations, let's say, of the word Dharma, according to great Buddhist scholar Edward Kanze, is that which supports, dr, like the earth supports us all. And let's cherish it, be grateful, not take it for granted, and save it, and rebalance and reharmonize the endangered environment. Dr, that which supports us all. What is the bottom line? God, Spirit, Buddha nature, isness, being, whatever you call it, it's still more sweet. Vimoho. Breath, breathing in, inspiration, and breathing out, expiration, not exactly expiring. Breath, spirit, life, energy, prana, chi. Calm and clear. Again, breathing in and out, and emptying yourself totally and observing the breath, feeling the breath. Feel it in your nostrils, your chest, your diaphragm, wherever you get a sensation. And focus on that. Remember, this is samadhi, concentrative meditation, shamatha. Focus one-pointedly on that object of attention, the breath, a physical sensation of breathing. I learned to focus at my nostrils. Zen people count the breaths. There are other ways of doing it. Some feel the diaphragm or the heartbeat in their temples or wrists. Those are objects of attention. Attention is the important thing, the use of attention. Point your attention to the sensation of breathing and stay with it. Mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, basic Buddhist meditation. Mindfulness of breathing, calming and clearing the mind. And as other things come up, inevitably, from the popcorn-like thought machine, letting it just arise and fall, keep popping. You don't have to salt or butter it up. Just enjoy the show, the theater of the absurd, the dreamlike images in our consciousness, body, mind, consciousness. Bring the attention back to the breath. Use the leash of our mindfulness to pull the monkey mind leaping around back to the object of attention, the breath where the fruit is. The grasshopper mind, the puppy looking to poop, pull it back to the pooping paper in the corner where it belongs, pooping. Focus on the object of attention, the breath, the sensation at your nostrils or wherever you can feel it the most directly, the best. Staying with it. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, breathing in, calming, clearing the mind. Breathing out, relaxing and smiling. This is one of my favorite shlokas, little verses of his shlokas. Breathing in, relaxing the mind, calm and clear. Breathing out, relaxing and smiling. Breathing in, focusing the mind, the attention, calming, clearing. Breathing out, relaxing and smiling, letting go. Letting go. Relaxing the body, the breath, the energy. Let the gentle tide of breath recede. You don't have to hold your breath, just let the gentle tide of breath get more gentle naturally. As water becomes clearer when you stop stirring and shaking it, the mud settles to the bottom. The mind becomes clearer when you stop stirring and shaking it with thoughts and imaginations and fantasies of the future and memories of the past, or even analyzing and conceptualizing about the present. Just rest in the nowness, the fourth time. Beyond past, present, and future, the three times. The nowness, the fourth fraction, the divine moment, the holy moment, timeless time, the holy now, divine time, whatever you call it. just breathing, just being aware, mindful of breathing. Follow the breath. That's the object of attention. Point your attention to the breath. I'm going to keep repeating this. It's not esoteric, not much to memorize. Just get a hold of a sensation, attend to it, observe it, feel it. What should we say? Watch the breath. Cultivate mindfulness of breathing. Stay on that point, one-pointedly, wholeheartedly, focused. Focus the scattered energy and light of the mind like a laser beam that can see far, cut through, even communicate, like satellite communication laser, rather than scattered light everywhere. Mindfulness of breathing. This is not a beginner's practice. This is a complete practice. Who do you think is doing it? This is Rigpa exercise, firming up and stabilizing your innate awakefulness, your innate awareness. It's all right here, friends. No need to look elsewhere or wait and procrastinate. Postpone. This is the path that's so vast one cannot deviate or fall from it. It's not a high wire act. His feet on the ground, head in the clouds, eyes on heaven. As she wrote, letting go, letting come and go, letting be. You like that, Kelly, huh? Just entertaining myself. Gotta keep going. Straight ahead, 10,000 years, as the Zen master Sung Sanam Sanim of Korea said, the Bodhisattva vow, just keep going on the path of enlightenment, creating a wake for all to follow. 10,000 years straight ahead. Open and aware. I'd enjoy the food, the nourishment, the fragrance, the delight of samadhi, of concentrated awareness, of focus, of center, alignment, of harmony, in the still center of the turning axis of the wheel of this universe. And enjoy the joy of focused meditation, mindfulness of breathing, meditation. The great completeness. This breath, only breath, this moment, only moment, Jimaho. Focus on the sensation of breathing at a particular place in your body. I use the feeling at the nostrils, the breath going in and out of the nostrils. Of course, that implies breathing through your nose, I should mention. Watch the breath, concentrate on the breathing sensation, observe the breath, focus on breathing, the sensation of breathing that you've isolated, that you actually feel and sense is the object of attention. Point your attention towards it. Attention is the subject. That sensation of breathing is the object. Aware of breathing in while inhaling, aware of breathing out while exhaling, as Buddha said. That's the special quality of my monks. That's what makes them venerable and worth supporting, because they're aware of at least something that's true, unlike so many people in this dreamlike floating world. Unaware, distracted, having all kinds of mishaps and accidents through inattentiveness. Cultivating mindfulness of breathing, concentration, calm and clear, placement, meditation, placing the mind, the attention on the object, the breath sensation, the sensation, just pure sensation, not wondering what it means or conceptualizing or analyzing, and letting everything else go, just breathing in and breathing out, letting everything else go. All the flotsam and jetsam on the stream of consciousness, the river of experience. Letting go means letting it come and go, letting be, friends, letting be. Focused, balanced, centered, aligned, wholeheartedly, one-pointedly, tending to the breath, watching the breath, feeling that sensation, focusing on it. That's it. That's all. All-encompassing, the great Tigli, the ultimate sphere, the great sphere beyond large and small. everything dancing on the head of this pin, the breath sensation. All the angels, etc. One point, concentration, go deeper, enjoy it. Joy of keep getting it all together, being centered, focused, and aligned, undistracted. Just breathing and aware of it. How sweet it is. The joy of concentration, meditation, joy of samadhi. And concentration meditation, unlike Dzogchen, Tregchud, concentration meditations, longer is better. It takes some effort. It's a training, like training your muscles, working up slowly to more challenge, strengthening the concentration muscle gradually. Effort, longer is better, going deeper, whatever you want to call it, dissolving from I am watching the breath sensation to just breathing, just breath moving in and out, not even imagining one's doing it, for one isn't. The breath, breathing itself, the automatic nervous system, God breathing through you. Let go and let Buddha do it. Any bumper sticker will do. Just breathing. like in the Karate Kid. Breath in, breath out. Wipe on, wipe off. Open, close. So easy, so natural, so free, dynamic. Get centered. Routine. Easy peasy. At ease. At home. Imho. Now broadening it out and going deeper with the inhalation, thinking or whispering, thinking. So, and with the exhalation, hum. This is from the ancient yoga scriptures, the Vedas, inhaling with so and exhaling with hum, like the Hamsa geese soaring over the reflecting lake. So, If you're getting bored, say "so what?" It'll cheer you up. So letting everything else go. So purifying, revitalizing, harmonizing, balancing the energy, coming into alignment, into balance. So with the out breath, so you be aware of the turnaround. It sounds like this has 2 parts, but it has 4 parts. Inhaling with so, and then the stop with a turnaround. Exhaling with hum. Then that moment of stop, a turnaround like a swim racer, touching the wall, turning around underwater and coming back. So 4 parts. Inhaling, turn around or stopping for a moment, then exhaling and turn around or stopping, 4 parts. Be aware of that subtle stop or turn around. We can get more subtle awareness. Notice the space between thoughts, not just the continuous chain of discursive thinking. It's mostly space, just like there's mostly space in a molecule or an atom. Spacious, clear, light mind. The great crystal ball of legend, the philosopher's stone. The Panacea Prajna, or wisdom, I, Imo. So can we see Rukri Rinpoche's prayer, please? There it is. Thank you. This great living master is in Nepal. He's been staying in Nepal since his monastery in Nepal, his home in exile, since the pandemic. But he has centers and monasteries and nunneries all over the world. He's still alive if you want to tune into him at drukpa.org. The Gyalwang Drukpa Rinpoche, His Holiness the Drukpa, the head of the Drukpa or Dragon School of Tibetan Buddhism, Drukpa Kagyu. The main school in Bhutan, for example. This is part of an autobiographical poem he wrote called My Crazy Tale. I call on you, my teachers, please join in if you like. Regard me with compassion. I sincerely wish to receive your blessings, guidance, protection, wisdom, transmission, and inspiration. Please regard this child's longing, desire, and aspirations. Please bless me with the resolve to attain realization. Please bless us to have steady and smooth minds, so that for this life and those to follow, as a true practitioner whose heart and mind are in accord, the special intention to help others, that is bodhicitta, is spontaneously present. May I be able to benefit measureless numbers of beings. Without the toxic stains of a competitive mind, without the intoxicating liquor of anger and lust. I think we need to see some more prayer. Yes, thank you. May I be able to practice the peaceful and soothing Dharma through listening and thinking and examining, especially about those teachings I practice. May I be able to precisely determine their meaning, raising the victorious banner of ultimate practice. Rob, may I be able to accomplish great service to the Dharma and beings. Menla, this is the way I pray all of the time, Timo and Leslie, and I request all of you to support my prayers. Let's include Karen Brown in our prayers, and I'm getting messages about other people who are sick. Karen Brown, my old student, Condon Brown's wife, in hospital, seriously, in Bay Area. And I request all of you to support my prayers, and all who are connected to us, named and unnamed, seen and unseen, human and otherwise, who are struggling, who are suffering, who are having a hard time, all beings afflicted by the vicissitudes, by the challenges and difficulties of samsara, the world of ignorance, confusion, delusion, greed, hatred, pride, jealousy, stemming from ignorance and lack of self-knowledge. And gratitude to one and all. Love is the way, the truth, and the life, the light. May we all awaken together for a better future, to be possible, a better future that begins right now. Maho. So we've been practicing concentrative meditation, Shine, Shamatha, so many names for it, Samadhi, Anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, meditation. And at the end, I introduced the Soham and the 4-part breath. Sometimes we practice that in yoga class and traditions. It's a great practice. You can read about it in My Awakening the Buddha Within and numerous other places. In Tibetan Vajrayana Buddhism, we usually use the mantra Om Ahung for that. 4-part breathing exercise is called the Vajra breathing, the lightning breathing, the diamond breathing, the Vajra breathing, the thunderbolt breathing, however you want to interpret it, it's all in that word Vajra. The Vajra held by Indra, the Lord of Gods, like Thor, like Zeus, Lord of Gods, holding the thunderbolt, wielding the thunderbolt. The 4-part breathing using Om Ahung. And then the rest or turn around. 4th part. Vajra breathing. Anyway, any questions, please? Please remember there's not going to be a town hall on December 26th. And also, we have a retreat and I think a day long coming up this winter. Check the program on the website, etc.
January 8th. We do have a question, Lama, so I'm going to read it slowly. I'm paraphrasing for Bill here. He essentially says, we as humans have the things that we know that we know. And we have the things that we know that we don't know. He wants to, the last part of it is, what are the things that we don't know that we don't know?
Everything.
Elaborate on
that. At first, I was tempted to say I don't know, but I'm going to answer more definitively to his overthinking. Everything, Bill. We don't know everything. We barely know anything, but actually, we don't know anything with a certainty. And our knowing is so shallow. Anyway, that's my spiritual answer, rather than getting to logic and thinking about thinking and epistemology and whatever other ologies, the study of how we know what we know, and we can look those things up. If you're interested, look at the late, great Francis Varela's writings, who was a Dzogchen student of my teacher, Tukurigan Rinpoche, Francisco Varela, the Chilean brain scientist who started Mind and Life with the Dalai Lama 20 years ago, about how we know what we know and who knows and things like that. But I want to repeat what I said, Bill, to answer your question, which is more of a question than an answer, but it's an answer. How do we know whatever I think you said, how do we know what we don't know? We don't know, nothing. We think we know, we imagine we know, we rely on all kinds of fallacious, spurious, and even wrong knowledge. And we reap the results, we reap the whirlwind. We don't know where we're going, but we're even more of a hurry to get there. Thus, the timeless practice of turning the attention inward or looking deeper, where we are, where we come from, who are we, why are we here, and where do we want to be going? I don't hesitate to say, where should we be going? Where shall we choose to be going? That's how we become the chosen people, not by genes, chromosomes, and birth, or gender, or nationality, or religion, by choosing where to go and knowing where to go. And I don't just mean being told by a New Yorker where to go. Although that has its place. So in a way, the question mark, like a question mark, has a sort of empty head there and an opening, and you have to fill it in. That question mark could be a key to help you unlock deeper levels of gnosis, of knowledge, of intuitive knowledge, of mystic knowledge, of intuition, of knowing yourself, finding your voice, knowing what your true vocation is, not just what you do to make a living, and so on. All kinds of different levels of what you call knowing. Any other questions, Kel?
Yeah, there's another question here from Ben, which is an interesting one. He says, why do the masters of the years past seem to be the most realized and powerful? Can we still produce the Padmasambhavas, Longchenpas, and Shantidevas? Or is it a swing of the Kali Yoga?
Good question. First, the traditional and I believe probably true answer, and there's really not one answer to these questions, and these questions are, almost self-answering or need to be answered by oneself. Yes, there can be, should be, and dare I say will be or are such people, beings today and tomorrow, as the ones you mentioned. Buddha, Longchenpa, Padmasambhava, Yeshe Sogyal, Longchenpa, whoever, our gurus. Yes. On the other hand, tradition also says, and the Eastern, the Indian way of thinking about the kalpas, the yugas, the aeons, the expansion and dissolution of the cosmos and things like that, says that this is the age of the leftovers or the remains. Some call it the age of the dregs. I think that's a little pessimistic, but that the golden age was 600 years ago, the axial age, some sociological historians call it, when the major religions were most of them were formed, the age of 2,600 years ago, Buddha, Confucius, Lao Tzu, Jesus 500 years later, and so on. So that's the golden age, and they say, and it was easier to get enlightened then. And now's the age of the dregs or remainders. But I don't really go for that. I think every moment, from the Dzogchen point of view, from the bigger mystical universal point of view, I think from absolute reality point of view, every moment is the moment, and every life is the life, and everybody's parents are the most important people to them in the world, not the grandparents or some, prophets or parents in history, some biblical mothers or something. I mean, think about it. And you're supposed to think your children are the most important children in the world because they are to you, and that you treat them that way and help them survive and grow and flourish. Otherwise, what's going to happen? So the macrocosm is in the microcosm. Anyway, I see time is running. I'm not sure that the golden age was 2,600 years ago. Every Zen scripture and Zen teacher will tell you it's now. And moreover, in the beginning of your rant, you asked, no offense, in the beginning of your excellent, intelligent question to benefit us all, you said that, I forgot what you said already. Why did most of the great enlightened masters seem to be of the past? I think that's not something that I say. So you had an original thought, or you heard it somewhere, or other people have written and said it, no doubt. And I'm not sure I agree with that. I think that's a big assumption, a supposition, and idealization. And it's easier to idealize people of the past like now than those that you know now, who may look like you or do other things like you. And your own self-image and self-esteem then plays into that, of the like you part. While you think of Buddha, I heard people even call him omniscient, which is not how we think of it. Or Jesus, or whoever your spiritual superhero is or was. Like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the photographers never showed his wheelchair because it wouldn't be good for the voting point of view and inspire faith in people who were very anxious about the outcome of World War II. And he needed to be a strong leader and not seem wheelchair bound or weak, right? We know this. So today, there is no privacy or secrecy, and everybody sees everything. So with freedom comes responsibility. We have to grow up. We have to pull up our little boy pants and pull up our socks too. I'm not sure that the green grass is greener on the other side, or enlightenment is shinier on the other side of time in the past, or on the other side of the world for that matter. Are you? Check it out. The teachers' pictures are on my altar or our altars today, like the Dalai Lama, 14th Dalai Lama, the great Dingdo Khyentse Rinpoche, Noshu Kempo, a few other beautiful people, saintly people in our lineage and in the Buddha's lineage, all consider themselves students of Buddha. And, it's not exactly ancestor worship like in China's old tradition, but respecting the elders and the wisdom of the elders and gratitude and respect for what we've received and inherited is there. But the whole message is, if I can do it, you can do it, anybody can do it. Buddha said anybody can become as enlightened and selfless, free, wise, and free from suffering and confusion as I did by following such a path, by exploring, by practicing, fulfilling such a path. That's the message, and many have. So I hope that's empowering and helpful and true enough to help most of us get ahead in the spiritual path, make some progress, keep going, feel motivated, catch the updraft so it's not all our effort, ride the wake of those who have gone before, and joyously get there together, singing. 'Cause when the Buddhas come Bodhisattvas come marching in. 'Cause when they with their meditation cushions come marching in. Oh, Lord Buddha will be one of their number. When the Bodhisattvas and Buddhas come marching in. Haha. Couldn't resist.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you. Thank you for putting up with my song for the day.
We love it.
I hope you're singing and dancing today. It's Sunday, dancing with life.
Thank you so much, as always, for your presence. Thank you, everyone, for your presence. And the registration for the one-day retreat in January is up, and we hope to see you all next week for the last one of 2021. Love you.
Stay sane and safe. Love.
Tashiki.